Most people will never be rich, not because they lack the opportunity, not because they were born in the wrong zip code, not because the economy is rigged against them, but because they have spent their entire lives working hard at the completely wrong things. Here is the brutal truth that no one tells you: the skills that make you a great employee. Following orders, staying in your lane, showing up on time, doing exactly what you are told. Those are the very same skills that will keep you broke for the rest of your life. Working hard is not enough. Working smart on the right skills is everything. The United States alone minted over 1,000 brand new millionaires every single day in 2024, including weekends. The global millionaire population crossed 80 million people for the very first time in recorded history. These are not all tech geniuses, celebrity children, or lottery winners. Ramsey Solutions' National Study of Millionaires, the largest study of its kind, found that 79% of American millionaires received zero inheritance. 93% said they got wealthy through hard work, not high salaries. They built wealth because of what they learned to do differently, not who they were born as. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you the 13 skills that actually separate the people who build lasting wealth from the people who only dream about it. And at skill number 6, pay very close attention, because that single skill quietly shows up in the background of almost every self-made millionaire story ever told. Stay with me. Welcome back to Tips Mayor, where we are helping you live smarter, not harder. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because what you are going to learn in the next few minutes could genuinely be worth more to you than any degree you have ever studied for. Before we dive in, let me be clear about what this video is not. It is not motivational fluff. It is not a list of habits rich people have in the morning. It is a breakdown of the actual learnable, trainable, real-world skills that wealthy people have built, and that most people never develop, not because they cannot, but because nobody ever laid it out for them clearly. Every single skill on this list can be learned starting today. Some will feel uncomfortable. Some will challenge how you think about yourself. Good. Growth only happens at the edge of comfort. Let us get into it. Starting at number 13, and this is the foundation that every other skill on this list sits on top of: the ability to delay gratification. Here is the core truth: poor financial results are not caused by ignorance in most cases. They are caused by the inability to choose the future version of yourself over the present version. Two people, Marcus and Jordan, both earn the same $60,000 a year. Marcus spends more on lifestyle upgrades and everyday comforts. Jordan chooses to invest the difference into a simple index fund month after month. 10 years later, Marcus has the same net worth he started with. Jordan quietly has over $200,000 compounding in the background. Same income, same opportunities, one different skill. So here's what you should do. Pick one current spending habit, a subscription service, a dining out routine, or an impulse purchase pattern, and pause it for the next 30 days. Put that money into savings or investments instead. Delayed gratification is a muscle, and like every muscle, it grows the more consistently you use it. Moving to number 12, and this is the skill that schools have been failing to teach for generations: financial literacy. You spend years in the classroom learning many subjects, but very little about how money actually works. Here are some of the fundamentals. Understand compound interest and how time amplifies it. Know the difference between an asset and a liability. Learn how to recognize good financial advice and understand how money really grows over time. Here is what makes this so urgent. A 2025 Charles Schwab survey found that Americans now believe it takes about $2.3 million to be considered wealthy. So here's what you should do. Commit to just 30 minutes of financial education every single day for the next 60 days. Start with free resources like Khan Academy's personal finance section, then apply what you learn to your own finances. 30 minutes a day for 60 days is enough to put you ahead of most adults in financial knowledge. That education is free. The cost of not getting it is not. At number 11, developing at least one high-income skill. A high-income skill is any skill that the market is currently willing to pay $50, $100, or even $200 an hour or more for. Coding, copywriting, high-ticket sales closing, digital marketing strategy, video editing and production, UX and product design, public speaking, data analysis, ad prompt engineering and workflow automation, one of the fastest growing high-demand skills. Elena was a receptionist earning $28,000 a year. She spent 8 months learning high-ticket B2B sales during her evenings and weekends. She landed a remote sales role and earned $110,000 in her first full year, without changing her education level, without moving cities, and without a single additional year of formal schooling. One skill, one deliberate decision, completely different financial reality. Now, here's what you should do. Identify the highest paying skill that's closely related to something you already do or genuinely enjoy. Commit to 6 months of deliberate skill building, with at least one focused hour every day. One high-income skill could become the bridge between where you are today and the financial future you're working toward. Coming in at number 10, strategic networking and relationship capital. And before you reach for the scroll button, let me be very clear. I am not talking about handing out business cards at awkward industry events or sliding into inboxes with copy-paste pitches. I am talking about deliberately and authentically building relationships with people whose knowledge, access, and opportunities are operating at a level above where you currently are. The research on this is not ambiguous. LinkedIn's 2020 for Global Talent Trends report confirmed that approximately 80% of jobs are still filled through personal networks, not job boards. They circulate inside networks. The people who are intentional about building genuine relationships often gain access to opportunities that never become public. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. This week, reach out to exactly one person you genuinely admire professionally through a message, an email, or a thoughtful comment on their content. Don't ask for anything. Offer something first, a specific and genuine observation about their work, a useful resource they may not know about, or a well-crafted question that shows you've done your homework. Relationships are built through small deposits of value over time. Start making those deposits today. At number 9, sales and persuasion. And I need to kill a deeply damaging myth right now. If you think sales is sleazy, manipulative, or beneath you, you will always be financially dependent on someone who doesn't think that way. That person will always outturn you, outcompete you, and control more resources than you. Every single wealthy person on earth is highly skilled at sales, without exception. Let me be precise about what that means. Entrepreneurs sell their vision to investors. Executives sell strategies to boards. Job candidates sell their value to hiring managers. Employees advocate for promotions by selling their contributions. Whether you realize it or not, sales is a skill you already use every day. Author and researcher Daniel Pink, in his 2012 book To Sell is Human, which has only become more relevant over time, found that people spend about 40% of their working time engaged in non-sales selling, persuading, influencing, and moving other people. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Start with one book. Influenced by Robert Cialdini, widely considered one of the most important books ever written on how people make decisions. Then practice explaining the value of what you do into clear, compelling sentences. That ability alone can accelerate your earning power faster than almost anything else on this list. Moving smoothly to number 8, time and energy management. And this goes deeper than productivity hacks or morning routines. This is about understanding one fundamental, non-negotiable reality. Every billionaire and every broke person on the planet has access to the same 24 hours. The difference in outcome comes down to how those hours are used. Here is what the research shows about how successful leaders spend their time. A study published in the Harvard Business Review found that senior executives spend most of their time focused on activities they consider high value and wealth generating. Most employees, by comparison, spend much of their day on low value activities, meetings that didn't need to happen, emails that moved nothing forward, and tasks that felt productive but didn't actually move the goal forward. Wealthy people are relentlessly clear on which activities actually generate results. Their calendar is a reflection of their priorities, not a reflection of everyone else's demands. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. For exactly 1 week, track everything you do in hourly blocks. At the end of the week, go back through and mark each block as either wealth building or wealth neutral. Then identify your top 3 wealth-building activities and schedule them first, in protected time blocks, for the following week. Small changes in how you spend your time today can create dramatically different results over the long run. Here we are at number 7, the ability to assess and take calculated risks. Most people are hardwired to avoid risk entirely. The wealthy are not wired differently, they have simply learned to calculate risk carefully and act on it strategically. The key word is calculated, not reckless. Warren Buffett, whose net worth crossed $150 billion in 2024, operates by two famous rules. Rule 1, never lose money. Rule 2, never forget Rule 1, he does not avoid risk. He obsessively understands the downside before he ever considers the upside. James walked away from a stable $60,000 job to launch a logistics consulting firm. Everyone in his life called it insanity. But James had spent 6 months doing something most people never do. He actually calculated the risk. He had 18 months of savings. He already had 2 clients lined up who would cover 40% of his previous salary. The worst-case scenario was survivable. The upside was unlimited. Within 3 years, he was clearing for $100,000 annually. What looked like a leap of faith from the outside was a carefully engineered move from the inside. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. The next time you avoid an opportunity out of fear, sit down and actually calculate the downside with a pen and paper. Write out 3 scenarios, the best case, the worst case, and the most likely case. Then ask yourself honestly, is the worst case survivable? The skill is in doing the math instead of letting fear do it for you. And here it is, skill number 6, the ability to build and manage multiple income streams. One thing you'll notice about many self-made millionaires is that they don't rely on just one source of income. Instead, they build multiple streams over time. The reason this matters goes beyond simply earning more money, it's about resilience. When you have one income stream and it stops because of a layoff, a health issue, or changes in your industry, everything stops. But when you have multiple streams, losing one is painful, not devastating. The wealthy don't just earn more, they earn from more than one place. Rachel is a graphic designer earning $60,000 from her agency job. She spent her evenings building a Fiverr profile and a small client base, generating an additional $12,000 a year from freelance work. She then invested those freelance earnings into a dividend-paying ETF that now pays $1,800 annually. She isn't rich yet, but she has 3 income streams working together from one skill set. That's the kind of foundation that compounds over time. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Map your current income streams on a piece of paper. If you only have one, your job, make it your mission to create a second one this year. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to exist. Build from there. Staying in that wealth-building momentum, we move to number 5, the skill of investing and understanding compound growth. Because earning money and keeping money are completely different capabilities, and investing is the bridge that connects them. Most people earn. Very few learn to make their earnings work quietly in the background. Here's a number that should make every person watching this video think. If you invest $500 per month starting at age 25, at the historical average return of the S&P 500, approximately 7% per year after inflation, you could build a portfolio worth well over $1 million by age 65. Time is the only ingredient in compound growth that cannot be purchased. The investment strategy itself doesn't have to be complicated. Study after study shows that consistent, long-term investing is far more important than trying to pick the perfect stock or time the market. In other words, boring, disciplined investing often beats chasing the next big opportunity. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Open an investment account and set up an automatic monthly contribution, even if it's only $50 to start. Then resist the temptation to check it every week or panic when the market drops. Patience, consistency, and automation are what make compound growth work. Coming in at number 4, discipline and consistency. Not intelligence, not connections, not timing, showing up and doing the necessary work every single day, even when there is no immediate reward, no applause, and no evidence it's working yet. Here's the distinction that changes everything. Motivation is an emotion. It rises and falls like the weather. Discipline is a system. It doesn't care about your mood, your circumstances, or how inspired you feel. The people who build wealth aren't more motivated than you. They've built habits and systems, so the right behaviors happen whether they feel like it or not. Skill development happens at the same time every day. Chris Rock, one of the most successful comedians in history, still drives to small New Jersey clubs unannounced, even after decades of global success, to test new material in front of 50 strangers. He gets booed regularly. That level of discipline practiced across decades built a career most people can only admire from a distance. The principle is exactly the same in wealth building. The discipline to do the small, unsexy things consistently is what creates the results that look miraculous from the outside. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Identify one specific wealth-building habit: reviewing your finances every Sunday, investing every first of the month, or reading financial content for 30 minutes each evening, and block it in your calendar as a non-negotiable appointment. It happens on schedule, every week, just like any appointment you wouldn't cancel. Consistency, compounded over years, becomes almost indistinguishable from genius. At number 3, the ability to identify problems and create genuine value from solving them. This is one of the truest principles of how money actually works. Money isn't earned, it is exchanged for value created. Every dollar you've ever received came from someone who believed what you offered was worth more than the money they paid. The real question isn't, how do I make more money? It's, how do I create more value for more people? Jeff Bezos solved the inconvenience of shopping. Sarah Blakely solved the discomfort of shapewear and built a billion-dollar brand with just a $5,000 investment and no outside funding. Jeff Bezos and Sarah Blakely are examples of entrepreneurs who built businesses by solving problems that mattered to customers. You don't need to build a billion-dollar company. You simply need to find the problems in your immediate world and solve them better than the alternatives. The plumber who shows up on time, communicates clearly, and charges fairly often builds more wealth than the plumber who may be more skilled but treats customers like an afterthought. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Ask yourself one question and write down 3 honest answers. What problems do the people around me have at work, in my industry, or in my community that I'm uniquely positioned to solve? Wealth consistently follows value. Find the problem first, and the business model often follows naturally. Number 2, emotional intelligence. This skill, the ability to understand, manage, and strategically leverage your own emotions, is what determines whether every other skill on this list gets applied consistently or quietly self-sabotaged. Here's the pattern that shows up again and again in wealth destruction stories. People lose money not primarily because they lack intelligence, but because of ego, fear, greed, and pride. Ego makes people double down on bad investments because they can't admit they were wrong. Fear makes them sell during a market dip and lock in permanent losses. Greed makes them chase speculative schemes promising impossible returns. Pride makes them ignore advice that could have saved them. Research from TalentSmart found that emotional intelligence accounts for a significant portion of professional performance across industries. The same principle applies to investing. The people who achieve the best long-term results aren't necessarily the smartest, they're often the ones who stay emotionally disciplined. They make fewer decisions based on impulse and more based on a clear plan. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Start a weekly 10-minute financial journal. Before making any major financial decision, whether it's an investment, a major purchase, or a business commitment, write down 3 things. What am I feeling right now? Is this decision driven by data or emotion? And what would I tell a close friend to do in my exact situation? Those few minutes of reflection can help you make better decisions when your emotions are trying to take control. And here we are, number 1, the skill that all the others depend on, long-term thinking. We live in a world engineered for the short term. Social media rewards immediate reactions. Credit cards encourage immediate consumption with the illusion of paying later. News cycles reward outrage. Every system you interact with each day is designed to pull your attention toward the present instead of the future. Jeff Bezos once explained that one of Amazon's greatest advantages was its willingness to think in 5 to 7-year timeframes, while many competitors were focused on the next quarter. That long-term mindset became a competitive advantage. Amazon lost money for its first 7 years. Most short-term thinkers would have given up. Bezos didn't, because he wasn't measuring success one quarter at a time. Michael became a millionaire by age 41 not through a windfall, a lucky investment, or a viral moment. He made every major financial decision by asking one simple question: will this matter 5 years from now? When he wanted to buy a new car, he asked whether he'd rather own the car or the investment it could become 5 years later. When he faced a setback that felt overwhelming, he asked, will this still matter 5 years from now? Most of the time, the answer was no. That 5-year perspective made every sacrifice feel worthwhile and every setback feel temporary. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. Write this question on a card and place it somewhere you'll see every day. Will this matter 5 years from now? Before every major financial decision, every wealth-building opportunity, and every moment of temptation or doubt, ask yourself that question. Directionally right, applied consistently over a decade, is how ordinary people build extraordinary wealth. Let's bring this home. 13 skills. Every single one learnable. Every single one you can begin developing today. Delayed gratification, financial literacy, high-income skill development, strategic networking, sales and persuasion, time and energy management, calculated risk-taking, multiple income streams, investing and compound growth, discipline and consistency, problem-solving and value creation, emotional intelligence, long-term thinking. These aren't personality traits, they're skills. Trainable, buildable, and improvable. The UBS Global Wealth Report 2025 highlights the remarkable rise of everyday millionaires, people with $1 to $5 million in assets whose numbers have more than quadrupled since the year 2000. The path to building wealth isn't narrowing. It's widening. The only question is whether you'll choose to walk it. If you found these insights helpful, give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends who need to improve their financial life. It takes literally half a second and it helps this channel reach more people who need this information. Now I want to hear from you. Of these 13 skills, which one is your biggest weakness right now? Tell me below. I read every comment, and your honesty might be exactly what someone else watching this needs to hear. Don't forget to subscribe to Tips Mayor and hit the notification bell so you never miss more high-impact finance and success videos. Also, check out our other videos for more tips on building a stronger financial future and becoming a better version of yourself. This is Tips Mayor, helping you live smarter, not harder. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.